2020, Tyra Banks, the iconic model and television personality, announced a reboot of America's Next Top Model, a show that had once become a defining staple of reality television since its debut in 2003. However, this announcement was met not with excitement but with skepticism and criticism. As the nostalgia for the early 2000s surged, so did a critical reevaluation of the show's legacy. Former contestants began voicing their experiences, shedding light on the mental and emotional toll that the competition exacted. Contestants reported feeling immense pressure to conform to unrealistic standards of beauty, while often facing harsh critiques from judges and producers eager for dramatic storylines. This retrospective scrutiny begged the question, what does it mean for a show that once shaped the fashion industry to now be viewed through a critical lens of accountability? This documentary will delve into the controversies surrounding America's Next Top Model, exploring how the quest for fame and validation can lead to devastating consequences for the individuals involved. As we navigate through key moments that shifted the public's perception of the series, we will uncover the broader implications of the show's impact on modeling culture. The narratives of those who participated reveal the complexities of ambition and the high price of fame, ultimately prompting viewers to think critically about the entertainment that often glosses over the human experience. By the end of this documentary, we will unravel the intricate layers of America's Next Top Model, examining how it not only transformed the lives of contestants seeking stardom, but also contributed to the normalization of unhealthy standards in the fashion industry. We will highlight the personal stories of former contestants who bravely stepped forward to share their struggles with mental health, self-image, and the relentless pursuit of approval. Through their experiences, we will learn about the psychological ramifications of competition and how the pressure to succeed can sometimes lead to devastating outcomes. As we reflect on this journey, we will explore the cultural phenomena that shape the show's narrative and the evolving expectations of diversity and representation in media. The questions raised will challenge us to confront the shadows lurking behind the glitz and glamour of the modeling world. As we dissect the series' legacy, viewers will be left contemplating the true cost of ambition in an age where social validation is often tied to external achievements and public perception. America's Next Top Model premiered on May 20th, 2003, with Tyra Banks at the helm as both host and executive producer. Banks, a groundbreaking figure in the modeling world, was determined to reshape the narrative surrounding beauty and success in the competitive modeling industry. The show aimed to discover the next top modeling talent, providing aspiring models with a platform to showcase their skills while also offering viewers an inside look into the glamorous yet unforgiving world of fashion. Over the course of 24 cycles, ANTM transformed countless unknowns into household names, becoming a cultural phenomenon that resonated across the globe. Tyra not only presented the show, but also sought to empower women through her platform, advocating for diversity and body positivity at a time when the industry was often criticized for its narrow beauty standards. However, while the show garnered acclaim for its mission, it simultaneously fostered an environment that was rife with competition and pressure. Contestants lived in a house where they were constantly subjected to the scrutiny of cameras, judges, and fellow competitors, which often led to heightened tension and anxiety. As the seasons unfolded, the dichotomy between the show's empowering message and the harsh realities of the competition began to surface. Contestants were thrust into situations designed to test their limits, emotionally, physically, and mentally. This complex dynamic raised questions about the long-term effects of participating in such a high-stakes competition, foreshadowing the controversies that would eventually emerge. The first indication that something was amiss within the show's competitive structure surfaced during Cycle 8, when Jaslene Gonzalez was crowned the winner. While her victory was celebrated, a closer examination revealed troubling signs regarding the emotional well-being of the contestants. Fans, initially enamored with the show's drama and glamour, began to notice that many participants were grappling with significant mental health challenges. Contestants like Jaslene later recalled feeling overwhelmed by the pressures of the competition. Reports emerged of contestants experiencing anxiety and stress, with some disclosing feelings of manipulation by the production team. These insights prompted early discussions about the ethical implications of reality television. As viewers began to recognize these early warning signs, the culture surrounding America's Next Top Model came under scrutiny. While the show was designed to uplift and showcase aspiring talent, it often became a breeding ground for heightened emotional distress. The competitive nature of the series, paired with the relentless pursuit of ratings, created an environment in which contestants felt they had to sacrifice their mental health for the sake of success. This troubling reality marked the beginning of a more profound conversation about accountability within reality television. As America's Next Top Model continued to capture the attention of audiences, the pressure on contestants intensified dramatically. Each cycle pushed the limits of what could be deemed acceptable in the name of entertainment. Contestants often found themselves in high-stress situations where harsh critiques from the judges became the norm. The show's format encouraged drama, crafting scenarios that would lead to explosive confrontations and emotional breakdowns. Contestants reported feeling the weight of both competition and the expectations placed upon them by producers, leading to an environment where mental health issues flourished. In pursuit of higher ratings and sensational storylines, producers introduced increasingly provocative themes and challenges. For example, some seasons featured extreme makeovers that not only altered the contestants' appearances but also struck at the core of their self-identity. The idea of fashion as art was frequently invoked, yet it often glossed over the emotional devastation these young women experienced. Reports began to surface about contestants facing severe weight fluctuations, forced to conform to increasingly unrealistic beauty standards that the industry perpetuated. The emotional toll of such experiences became increasingly apparent as former contestants spoke out about their struggles. Allegations of manipulation by producers began to emerge, with claims that certain narratives were engineered to create conflict and drama at the expense of the contestants' well-being. This environment of fear and anxiety was not the glamorous portrayal of the modeling world that Tyra Banks initially sought to convey, leading many to question the authenticity and morality of the reality show format itself. The turning point arrived in 2017, a moment marked by introspection that reverberated through the modeling community and beyond. During a retrospective interview, Tyra Banks herself acknowledged the darker aspects of the show's legacy. With a sense of regret, she expressed her concern over the impractical challenges contestants faced and admitted that some of the show's dynamics had indeed been harmful to participants. This candid reflection was significant. It marked a departure from the celebratory tone that had defined the show's narrative for so long. Banks's acknowledgement sparked a broader conversation about mental health within the fashion industry, especially as former contestants began to openly share their experiences of anxiety, depression, and eating disorders related to their time on the show. The public response to Banks' revelations was mixed. While many applauded her for taking responsibility, others felt that her admissions were long overdue and insufficient in addressing the systemic issues at play. The show's perceived glamour began to fade as audiences started to question the ethics of reality TV and the toll it exacted on those involved. No longer could the industry ignore the impact of such pressures. The conversations initiated by Banks and her former contestants laid the groundwork for future discussions about accountability in modeling and entertainment, challenging the status quo of what it meant to pursue fame. In the wake of heightened scrutiny, America's Next Top Model faced a steep decline in its once celebrated reputation. By 2020, the cultural landscape had shifted dramatically, with a growing awareness around issues of mental health, diversity, and representation in media. Former contestants began to share their experiences more openly, revealing the emotional toll the competition had taken on them. Many revealed feelings of inadequacy, anxiety, and manipulation during their time on the show, igniting a public outcry for accountability from both Tyra Banks and the production team. The climax of this backlash coincided with the broader societal movement surrounding the Black Lives Matter protests, which emphasized the need for genuine diversity in all forms of media. As voices grew louder, sponsors began re-evaluating their affiliations with the iconic brand. Advertisers pulled their support, fearing association with a show that was increasingly viewed as outdated and harmful. This loss of financial backing proved catastrophic. The show that had once been a launching pad for aspiring models struggled to maintain its audience and relevance. Moreover, The public's reaction exposed a grave disconnect between the show's glitzy facade and the harsh realities faced by contestants. What once was perceived as a glamorous pursuit of fame had transformed into a symbol of exploitation. Discussions around the ethical responsibilities of reality television gained momentum, compelling producers and networks to confront the broader implications of their content. As America's Next Top Model faced this fallout, it became increasingly clear that the stakes of fame had devastating consequences that could no longer be ignored. The aftermath of the controversies surrounding America's Next Top Model was profound, reverberating throughout the reality television landscape and the modeling industry as a whole. Following the public outcry, Tyra Banks took steps to address the concerns raised by former contestants. She publicly acknowledged the harmful effects of certain challenges and expressed a desire to foster more supportive environments for aspiring models. This acknowledgement, while a significant shift, was met with mixed reactions. Critics argued that it was too little, too late. In 2020, the show ultimately announced its cancellation, marking the end of its 24-season run. This decision, while in line with growing sentiments around mental health and ethical responsibility, left many wondering about the future of reality competition shows. The industry's shift began to prioritize contestants' well-being, leading to more discussions about mental health resources and the need for industry regulations. Former contestants became outspoken advocates for change, pushing for better support systems not only within reality television but across the modeling world. The series' demise served as a cautionary tale, highlighting the urgent need for accountability in the entertainment industry. It also sparked discussions about the sometimes toxic culture of competition, which often places fame above the emotional and psychological health of participants. As the dust settled, the impact of America's Next Top Model transformed from a story of ambition and glamour to one of reckoning and reform. The controversies surrounding America's Next Top Model provide a compelling case study about the darker side of fame and ambition, particularly in the high-stakes world of reality television. As we reflect on the unfolding narrative of Tyra Banks and her iconic series, it's clear that the pursuit of success can often overshadow vital considerations, such as mental health and emotional well-being. The show was initially lauded for breaking barriers in the modeling industry, promoting diversity, and providing an empowering platform for women. However, as the layers of the competition peeled back, it was evident that the environment fostered not only ambition, but also a troubling culture of anxiety and distress among contestants. The consequences of this unchecked ambition were profound, leading to significant public backlash and a re-evaluation of the show's impact on its participants. As former contestants bravely shared their experiences of emotional turmoil and manipulation, the conversation shifted from the glamour of modeling to the harsh realities that many faced behind the scenes. The acknowledgement from Tyra Banks about the harmful aspects of the show marked a turning point, illustrating the growing awareness and importance of mental health in the entertainment industry. The lesson here extends far beyond the realm of modeling. It serves as a cautionary tale for all industries that place a premium on performance and success at any cost. In a culture that often equates achievement with sacrifice, we must recognize the dangers of prioritizing fame over well-being. The story of America's Next Top Model compels us to advocate for better support systems and ethical practices that prioritize the health and safety of individuals in competitive environments. Ultimately, as we dissect the legacy of this once beloved show, we are reminded that success should never come at the expense of one's mental health. As viewers and consumers, we hold the power to demand more from the media we consume, pushing for narratives that celebrate empathy, understanding, and genuine representation. In a world that often glamorizes ambition, it is essential to redefine what success truly means, embracing the idea that the well-being of individuals is paramount, and that true empowerment comes from uplifting one another rather than exploiting vulnerabilities.